So the day is upon us today, eventually, and we are crossing the Wide Bay Bar. It's a very scary crossing, apparently. Although last time we came through, or last time I came through with Simon, it was very peaceful, but apparently it can get quite rough. We're sitting at Pelican Point, and there's a few other boats around, and I'm guessing it's gonna be all on like Donkey Kong as soon as the bloody tide's right. So hopefully we don't bash into each other on the way through, but should be right. We're just waiting for the tide basically, but we're all set to go. And there's no nervousness here at all.
Ha 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 ha. There's a little bit of nervousness.
Alison is rigging herself up.
Yeah, I can't work out how to get this
so that she doesn't fall off the boat.
stupid hard as tight.
In a couple of strange looking barges going straight past the front of the boat. Luckily not over our anchor pole. That could have been very inconvenient. But yeah, there was a line of all-wheel drive utes on the beach this morning, and they've been taking everybody across. And now there doesn't seem to be anybody in line, so they're just sitting there. But I know why they call this Pelican Point. There's a group of about, I don't know, 30 pelicans just sitting on a little island in the sun. And there are fish everywhere. We should be fishing. The water's just bubbling with jumping and all the rest of it. But it's not time for fishing. I think we might have been responsible for the chain reaction that's occurring at the moment. As soon as we started the motor, everybody did the same. Maybe they think we know what we're doing. Very silly of them.
I'm not sure how well this is going to come out on the video, but there is a procession of boats behind us that are on the move. So you've got Dreamtime in the middle, Whoosh just in front of them. We've got
Girly too, and we've got Velindra, and then we've got Monohull in front of that, in front of us,
and then there's a cat. There's about 2 motorboats going out. I don't know if they're going to coast to the bar or just fishing boats. And then way off in the distance in the background behind us, there's another, I can see at least 2 masts back there. So it's going to be a busy day on the bar. Liam fearlessly on the helm, all strapped in. He's got a life jacket on, he's got a harness on, he's got a lanyard that's not connected to anything. Not yet.
Yeah, Martin Campay. This is sailing vessel Velindra on 80, over. We would like to get onto the log, please. We're about to cross the Wide Bay Bar. We are about 1.5 miles away from reference point D, and we are southbound, destination Double Island Point.
Okay, Velindra, have you been on our log in the last 6 months?
Affirmative. We have called in yesterday and arranged for the crossing today. Over.
Could you just spell the name for me, please?
Victor, Echo, Lima, Indigo, November, Delta, Romeo, Alpha.
So Romeo,
We expect to be in Double Island Point at 1500 hours today. Over.
And number of people.
have 2 POB. Over.
Okay, Velindra, we'll put you on the log and you have a good crossing and you give us a call when you reach reference point Delta to commit your crossing. Over.
There's a boat right beside us as we're crossing, and he's just in a very awkward position. He seems to be going a bit slower than what we are, but he's right in the wrong spot. We need to try and get to the bar before 10:30, so we're going against the tide, and we're doing, well, at the moment we're doing about 2 knots. It's no good.
That's not good. We need to sort of maintain freedom.
Sitting on his deck there, he's got no life jacket on, towing the dinghy behind the big boat. He's not too phased about it at all. A minute ago he's standing on his deck. Here's dream time. Plunging through the waves, and Lolligully too.
Yeah, dream time is definitely nosing into the water now. It's not that rough yet. And I know, having been on a boat, normally quite helpful when you're doing that, but it does look impressive.
You see those breaking waves out there?
I can!
Yeah. Time to start concentrating, I think. I'll pass the camera to you.
Yeah, sounds good. Dreamtime is overtaking us, as they always do. Very pretty with just our main up. And it's not actually feeling that rough out here, but Dreamtime's definitely got a bit of a rock going. And Rob's filming us too, so we'll get a double-sided shot of this.
We just need a wave crashing over the bow to make it look.
Yeah. I don't know if you see this, but there's Christian there, all life jacketed up. Shit, look at those waves. Oh, that's not going to come out in video. We've got a 2 metre tide, and we've only got 3 metres underneath us right now. And I reckon we've got waves of, oh, well, at least 2 metres.
It's well known that crossing the Wide Bay Bar has the potential to be an horrendous experience, and there really is no place for complacency. It just so happens that at the time of our crossing we received news that a seasoned sailor lost his life when he was flung out of his boat while crossing a bar in New South Wales. This kind of news really drives home how important it is to have considered every possible condition. The rule of 15, as taught to us by Bob and Lynn of sailing vessel Whoosh, is a good starting point. Only cross the bar when there is a maximum of 15 knots of wind at a 1.5 meter tide, and to only begin the crossing 1.5 hours before slack tide. The Coast Guard at Tin Can Bay has done a hydrographic survey of the bar to identify the safest place to make the crossing, and have provided coordinates that can be used as waypoints on the GPS. Cutting the corner seems like the natural thing to do, but that would more than likely end in tears.
How are you feeling, Liam?
I'm fine. I don't know, what are you talking about? Just bouncing up and down a little bit, that's all. Didn't toss the bow, but yeah, we're used to that.
We're in the Mad Mile, so this is the scary bit. Well, leading up to the scary bit, we're about half an hour away from the actual bar itself.
Once we were on the straight and narrow again, we deployed the head sail and the wind took us the rest of the way. It would have been nice to get some fresh fish for dinner, but no luck this time.
It's still a little bit rolly out. We're almost at Double Island Point now. Liam's just chilling out up in the shade of the sails, trying to get us trimmed. It's very nice being properly under sail again. It's been a while since we've been able to turn the motor off completely. But yeah, the coast here is just beautiful. Totally different to the Whitsunday Islands and up north where you've got those really jagged rocky cliffs. Now it's all sand dunes.
So we made it successfully through the Wide Bay Bar. We are anchored up at Double Island Point, and it's a bloody circus here. There's jet skis everywhere, and the beach is just lined, riddled with four-wheel drives and tents and people just having a good time, I guess. Anyway, we're anchored up in 1.4 meters of water under the keel, that is. And we're still going to go down about 1.2 meters, so we're pretty close. Yeah, let's see how we go. Pushing the envelope a bit. We're all pretty tightly packed into this anchorage, that's for sure. And there's a few more coming still. Double Island Point is another glorious location, which isn't always this way. In days gone by, this anchorage has proved to be very rolly and uncomfortable because of its exposure to the ocean swell. Fortunately, at the moment various storms and cyclones have pushed up a bank of sand and formed a lagoon. This sandbank disappears completely at high tide, but at low tide it's a great sundowner spot. Statistics predict that this sandbank won't be here for much longer. We would have loved to have stayed for a bit longer, but the weather determined we'd have to leave the next day or stay for another week waiting for another weather window. Next time we get an early start and head for Bribey Island, on the way swimming through a pod of dolphins. We take advantage of the island's grocery store and head further south to Peel Island.